Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is my first vlog in forever, and this is going to be my Queer Lit Readathon weekly vlog. Today is May 31st. It's the first day of the readathon, and please excuse this. I'm trying to stop picking at it, but it's really hard. Anyways, I have a fairly large list of books I want to try to get through this month in June for Pride Month. And with that, I have so many readathons that I'm planning on doing. The first one being Queer Lit, which is what I'm currently starting the month with. And with that, I'm going to be spending some time, I think, planning what my books for my challenges are, and then once I do that, I'll come back and talk about my TBR. So, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Okay, so I'm using the Book Tracker 2020 by Think hardback order, and I'm going to be using the readathon slot to hold the thing. I know that Queer Lit has the bingo board, but for my sake, this is how we're going to do it. I have a lot of overlaps, but there's 3 that doesn't have anything. Okay, so on this, there's 6 books. Miseducation Cameron Post, This Is What It Feels Like, We Are Totally Normal, Shame Is an Ocean I Swim Across, On a Sunbeam, and Not Your Psychic. This is very ambitious, since I am doing a summer course. And it's an English one, so there's a fair bit of reading involved. But I'm hoping to get back into reading a lot more. And it'll be great to get some queer books read. So my first read will be The Miseducation of Cameron Post. And I'm going to watch that while having YouTube play in the background. So, yeah. Hello. Welcome to the 1st of June. It's my sister's birthday, so I just checked the mail because I was expecting a package, which is this, which has 2 of my other school books. I got the other packages last week, and it contained Dr. Fastus and the Canterbury Tales, which is 2 of the books that we'll be doing later on, of course, but this one contained what I will be doing this week and next week. So, Those are some. So here they are. It's Sarah Gowan and the Green Knight. This is the one I'm going to be reading this week, so I'll leave that out. But then we have Amunuku, which I'll be reading later on. So there's that. So there's the indigo package I have. I ordered one book and I still haven't gotten it, but I think it's because of there's one more package that I need to ship, but because of the way shipping has been weird, so I'll suspect that it's going to take longer, but we're getting there. Second one, I ordered trims of Etsy, and one of the things is here. One of the sets of trims. Let's try to get it. Jesus Christ. Pretty so sword. Little sword trims, and these will be in use for my future paint projects. So I guess we'll putting these into my container. We'll talk about what I did yesterday. I read a bit of the Miseducation of Karen Post. And then last night, I worked on and then in the evening, I watched the documentary on Netflix that's called The Life and Death of Marsha P. Johnson. And she was the big person behind the protest for Pride. And while I did that, I made this Isabel keychain I'm going to give to a friend. The documentary was really good. However, I found out after watching it that it was actually stolen. It was taken from the original creator and taken over by a white man, because it was originally done by a trans person of color, and I feel like that's something you should take in mind. So if you want to watch it, maybe say screw the law. I don't know. That's just something to keep in mind. So I guess I'm gonna end this clip here, hoping to finish reading something today, though. So. We're now at the end of the day of the first, and I think I'm going to conclude my reading for the day. I finished my audiobook, which is my first book that I finished for this readathon, which was Shame is an Ocean I Swim Across by Mary Lambert. This was a poetry collection, so if for the prompts poetry, non-coming out, and non-fiction, since it does talk about her personal, it's personal stuff, so I consider it non-fiction. Anyways, trigger warnings for this book if you're interested, for rape, PTSD, eating disorders, self-harm. Just be aware that it's a lot, and very highlight for rape, I would have to say. But with that, it was very good, especially with the audiobook, since she does narrate it. It was just very emotional. It was an emotional listen, and I understand. It was very nicely done, and I would have to say that if you're in the mindset to listen to it, I for sure recommend. Mary Lambert is gay, so that's where the queer part comes in. And so we're going to continue on. And the other book that I started today, so apparently I was going back and forth, and I decided that I should probably start on some of the ebooks I'm reading. I have picked out, and I started We Are Totally Normal. I haven't for sure stopped where I am for the day. I'll do that at some point, but I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on this evening or not. And so, like, I'm not far enough to really say anything, but we'll see. Completely unrelated reading that I've started today was Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. This is for my class that I'm doing, and I'm currently going through it and doing my annotating so I can do my discussion post for this week, so this is going to be for this week and next week, and then we'll be on the next one. So this is kind of like a few sneak-ins for other things. So that's that for the day. I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Bye. I guess. Hello. It's Tuesday, the 2nd of June, and it's getting close to noon. I actually finished a book today. This morning I finished reading We Are Totally Normal, and I didn't like it very much. I gave it 2 stars. The book follows our main character. I can't even remember his name. It wasn't mentioned very much, but I found like, and it's him questioning sexuality, and I just felt very uncomfortable throughout it all, and I can see how some might like it, but it made me really uncomfortable about how it was taken out, and then with how sexualized some things were. I don't know. It wasn't I didn't like it very much, but what can you do? Can't like everything you read. So that means I got 2 out of the 6 books I have on my TBR done, which is impressive. For today, I need to finish reading the book I'm using for school. I need to take down the decorations for my sister's birthday. And I would like to bake cookies because I enjoy baking. I don't know how people can refuse stuff. I'm just so like all over the place. My reviews. Okay, let's do this so that I can actually talk about it properly. Okay, We Are Totally Normal is about Nandine, and he hooks up with his friend Dave, and then it's kind of like him questioning everything. It's about him trying to figure things out. I don't know. Okay, it's slightly later now. I finished reading this. I baked cookies, as you saw. I made shortbread cookies. So I think I'm going to include the recipe when I was making them, so if you want, you can make them. So I guess now I'm going to do a discussion post, so I have one done for this week. And then I should be able to continue on with reading some queer books now. So I'm gonna get started on that. Hello. I am wearing a shirt. Today's June the 5th, and my presence on here in the vlog has been pretty non-existent. That doesn't mean I haven't been reading. I actually finished two. Oops, there goes my pen. Anyways, I finished 2 more books on my TBR, which is one on a Sunbeam, which is a graphic novel, and I finished that on the 3rd, on Wednesday, and I just kind of sat down and just read the entire thing in one go. And then I also finished Not Your Sidekick, which I read yesterday in one sitting. And I gave both of them 4 stars. The Sunbeam follows the main character. What's her name? Love interest is Grace. Oh no, what's her name? I can't remember her name. There's 2 female couples in it, and it goes back and forth to the past where she's attending this boarding school and she first meets Grace, and then the present where she's part of this crew going through space, and it kind of talks about that kind of thing. I don't know. Not Your Sidekick, however, follows Jess, who her family all has superpowers, but she realizes that she doesn't, and she ends up working in an internship for a supervillain, and it follows her through that, and she ends up working alongside her crush, which I found adorable. I enjoyed both of them. I adored on the Sunbeam. It has non-binary rap, which I found to be really cool because it was kind of casual. Yeah, they're good. Well, the real reason why I'm sitting here is that I would like to talk about how I feel. I want to talk about something, and it's something that I don't think that I have the right to really talk about, and I'll admit that. I am white. I'm very white, but I need to say something. If your main focus, if you're going through this Pride Month, your main focus on the protests in the States are on the riots, you need to do research. The first Pride was started when a black trans woman threw a brick. It started as a fucking riot. And if you think that there's something wrong with what they're doing now and you're enjoying the privileges of Pride and you're white, then you don't know anything. And if you're in Canada like me and you're thinking you have a superiority complex about being in Canada and that it's so good you're in Canada, that's also not true, because we do have it here. It's just more hidden. Don't be quiet. Sign petitions. I signed some. Donate to something, I did that. And just, if you're white, don't speak over them, but be there with them. I think that's there's that.
What happened to her? Don't know. Saw her but for a moment, right before it all. She was understated.
Another time.
They said he feared only one thing, the wrath of the gods. Wolfhard sought to prove how wrong they were, so he sailed to Hindusfjall to ransack the goddess's garden. This was over a decade ago.
Archpriestess Ulva stood in his way. He thrust a blade between her ribs and cast her down in the mud. As her lifeblood left her, she cursed him, and Borgvarg transformed into a beast.
Curse? A monster? You've got some work to do. I can get rid of Morkvarg. Don't know what he's turned into, but a silver sword should do the trick.
It's not that simple. There have been those who have bested Morgvarg, yet he always returns.
So, it's a complex curse. Meaning I need more information.
I understand. I told you all I know.
Speak with Toradur's son, Einar. He was in the garden when Morkvarg and his men attacked. He saw what happened. Of all the pilgrims there at the time, he alone escaped with his life. He settled in Larvik. You'll find him there at the landing, provided he's not out to sea when you arrive.
Where is this holy garden?
Not far from here, north. We cultivated healing herbs.
I think I'm gonna end this vlog here because the readathon will be over tonight. Let me just organize myself. I have my journal where I have a list of prompts for the readathon, so I'm trying to do this month. But then in my book journal, I have the book that I read. Okay, we're gonna wrap up all the books that I read this week and the challenges that I finished. I got all the challenges done except for 5 of them, and that's because I didn't end up finishing a Miseducation of Cameron Post. So we should see if it would work for the ones for next week, which we'll have another reading vlog for. Okay, so first I read Shame is an Ocean I Swim Across by Mary Lambert, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars. It's a poetry collection, and it's definitely a wonderful audiobook to listen to. It deals with very hard topics though, and it was just really beautiful and really emotional. I then read We Are Totally Normal by Rael Kanakia, and I gave it 2 stars, and it's about a teenage boy questioning his identity, his sexual identity, and his journey through that. I felt uncomfortable with several things in this book, one of which was how the female characters were treated and the language used by the main character, which made it really hard for me to read. Next book I read is unrelated to the readathon, which is Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. This I read for my class that I'm doing over the summer, so we're not going to talk about it. I'm just going to mention it. The next book I read was On a Sunbeam by Tilla Weldon, which I gave 4 stars. This is a graphic novel, and it's science fiction, and it follows our main character in 2 timelines. In the past, when she's still attending this academy, and she meets this girl named Grace, and it's their relationship building up. And then it's present day when she's on the ship with the crew traveling. I found this to be really cute. I love the art style, and it was really fun read. The next book I read was Not Your Sidekick by C.L. Lee. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. This was a fun book. It follows our main character Jess, who's the daughter of 2 superheroes, and she does not have any. And so she becomes an intern for this supervillain, and she's working alongside her crush, and it's that story. And it goes on from there. I found it to be fun. It was so fun. And I loved how cute the romance was and all that. And the last book I read this week, which I finished today, and it was This Is What It Feels Like by Rebecca Barrell. This was actually the group book for the readathon, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It's about these 3 girls who used to be in a band. Daya, Hannah, and I know it too. Jules. And they end up splitting up because a lot of things went wrong. And so Daya's a teen mom, and Hannah is recovering alcoholic, and Jules is a raging lesbian working 2 jobs, so kind of like follows them after graduating and then them getting back together as a band and playing again. I found it to be a wonderful read, and I really like the interactions and the finding friends again aspect of this book. And so with that, actually, technically I can say that one's covered, because as Sunbeam has queer friends. Okay, So the and it's backlist technically. Some of them are blacklist. Okay, scratch that. I have 3 that I didn't accomplish, which is female over 40, queer sports, and disabled MC. And I guess this is it for this reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.